Welcome back to Nick Learns Thai. I'm Nick. This is going to be video number three in a series on guessing words in context from the Harry Potter book one, from page 90. So I'll put links to the other two parts if you're interested in looking at those. And then in this part, we're finishing off the last two sections of the page. So let me bring up a share here. Oops. Okay, so where did we get up to last time? I think we got up to here. So we're going to be focusing on this last bit here. I'll try and maybe move a little bit faster this time around, so it's not too long overall. But yeah, just as a quick refresher, so the words in green are words that I sort of vaguely thought I knew the meaning of. Words in red were words I didn't know the meaning of, and words in orange were words that I thought I knew the word, but I didn't understand it in the context here. And then words in black are the words that I did know. Okay, we'll start off up here. นี่ล่ะเธอต้องใช้ใบหนึ่ง Hagrid บอกแต่เราต้องไปเอาเงินก่อน Okay, no words in that. Well, I wasn't actually 100% sure once I reread this what it meant. But I think he's just saying, in reference to what's going on up above, that passing by a shop selling pots, and I think Cadbury's just saying, yeah, you're going to need one of those pots, but first we're going to go get some money. แฮร์รี่หวังให้เขามีตาอีกสัก8 ตาเขาเหลียวดูทุกทิศทุกทางขณะที่เดินไปตามถนน Okay, so Harry หวังให้เขามีตาอีกสัก8 ตา Okay, I've only just understood that now that I've read it again. So, yeah, so they shouldn't be in green now. So da means eyes. When I first read this and I made these colorings, I thought it was talking about the money and that Harry was getting some money, and the Dar was the name of the coin or something, and he's going to give it to Hagrid to buy to do something with something. But yeah, now I'm pretty sure it means that Harry wished he had uh, 8 more eyes, so that when he's walking around, he's able to see everything because everything's new and exciting and different, and he'd wish he had 8 eyes so he could see everything that was going on. So I think that's what that means now. So in which case, da is just literally eyes. Let me just grab that and see if I'm right on that. Yeah, wishes he had more eyes. So yeah, cool. So that just kind of proves, and which is something I've definitely already noticed in my reading practice, that reading something multiple times can just make the meaning just pop out. Like if you didn't get it the first time, but then the second, third, fourth time, and even a few more times, all of a sudden the meaning just pops out and like, oh yeah, I was missing it, but here it is. So yeah, definitely makes sense. I think both to read the same sentence several times in the moment, like what I'm basically doing here, and also in my regular reading practice, but also like, if you read a book fully and then maybe you go back to it, you could go back to it straight away, or you could go back to it, in a few months or in a year or something. And then the second time around, you should be able to get more meaning. Anyway ขาวเหลียวดูทุกทิศทุกทางขณะที่เดินไปตามถนน So we already had this word above. Can I remember what it means? เหลียว where was it already? Here we are. No, that's this one. I thought we had it above. Yeah, here it is. Liao. So I think it, if I remember correctly, yeah, it's about looking back, have a quick look back, or turning to look or facing back. So in this case, he's wishing he had eight eyes, and he's saying he's looking in every direction, every way, while walking on the road. So he's like turning this way and that way is how I'd kind of think about that. Let's plug that in. Whoops, I'm in the wrong place. Um, he looked in every direction as he walked down the road. Oh, maybe it just means looked, does it? Is that right? Oh, yeah, maybe. But yeah, looked. Okay, you're right. Just means looked. He looked in every direction. Cool. พยายามที่จะมองทุกอย่างพร้อมกัน He was look at everything, at the same time. ไม่ว่าจะเป็นร้านรวงสินค้าที่ตั้งขายอยู่นอกร้านไม่ว่าจะเป็นเอ่อว่าจะเป็น actually not quite sure what ไม่ว่า means ไม่ว่า I was thinking like แม้ว่า like even if it's this and this but this is ไม่ว่า not แม้ว่า ไม่ว่า I think it's like no matter if like a similar meaning ไม่ว่าจะเป็นร้านรวงสินค้า I'm not sure what รวง is สินค้า I'm pretty sure สินค้า is like product สินค้าร้านรวงสินค้าที่ตั้งขายอยู่นอกร้านเอ่อผู้คนที่จับจ่ายซื้อของ I think it's just listing the different things he's looking at and he's finding interesting. Or it's in the book's listing. Uh, wrong Sinka, around wrong Sinka. So maybe wrong is like displaying, displaying the things they're gonna sell, the things they are selling in front of the shop or outside of the shop. So it could be like displaying or it could also be stacked or something or piled or offering or just selling. So yeah, a few different options on that. Let's take a look. Whether it is no larger than whether, no matter whether. Yeah, I think I basically is at the right meaning there. Wrongs in car. Okay. Uh, shops, run, mm, ears. Okay, that's product, so that I got that right. This one's ears. Ear on. Hmm. Yeah. Run, wrong. Oops. Run, shops, run, wrong. What was it? It's like this. In, uh, in car, wrongs in car. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what wrong means, but it's obviously tied in with, shop, product pretty closely. So yeah, nothing too much to add on that, I don't think. ผู้คนที่จับจ่ายซื้อของจับจ่าย so jap. I've got that in orange because I know the word jap kind of means grab or catch or touch. Jap jai sirkong. I guess actually, now that I look at it again, it kind of does make sense. Jap jai is like it's probably like grabbing products to buy. Yeah, grabbing all the products, putting it in your cart or whatever, picking up products to go and buy them. I guess that would make sense. I suppose it could mean grabbing the money to buy the products, but I'm thinking it's probably the products themselves it's referring to. People shopping, book on tea, jump jai, so come. Let's get rid of this. This says shopping. So maybe that just means shopping. Purchase, jump jai. Okay, so it just means shopping. ผู้หญิงร่างอ้วนคนหนึ่งยืนอยู่นอกร้านเครื่องยากำลังใส่หัวเมื่อเขาเดินผ่านโอเคร่างอ้วน so um I wrote this down as don't know, but now that I think about it, I'm thinking rangai, which means like body, and it's obviously talking about, her body. So yeah, I think that would just means body, like a fat body. ผู้หญิงร่างอ้วนคนหนึ่งอยู่ยืนอยู่นอกร้านเครื่องงากำลังสายหัวเมื่อเขาเดินผ่านสายสายหัวสายหัวสายหัว I'm obviously doing something with the head, so it's probably there's only a couple of different options. Probably putting the head down so he doesn't see her face, maybe, or putting the head up. Oh, who's this? Or I don't know, shaking the head. It's got to be one of those, right? Of course, it does matter. It does make a difference. It's a small detail, but it makes a difference to um, the meaning. So what it is. So uh, let's take a look. And what would I guess? No, 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 let's go back to what would I guess that it's going to be based on the further context? Bak bon wa, bak bon wa, tap tap mangon on plastic or go. So I mean, I think she's a salesperson, obviously. She's talking about, the product she's selling probably in this next section. So I would guess that she looked up. Sai means like, yeah, looking up or looking at him. That would make the most sense, right? As a salesperson. Oh no, shaking his head as he walked past. That is shaking. กำลังสายหัวเมื่อเขาเดินผ่าน Or maybe it's shaking because hold on, hold on. ผู้หญิงร่างอ้วนคนหนึ่งยืนอยู่นอกร้านเครื่องยากำลังสายหัวเมื่อเขาเดินผ่าน She's shaking her head as he walked past. ปากบอกว่า blah 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 blah. Maybe she's shaking her head because he didn't stop to buy something. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit hard to decipher. Good luck. Shake your head. Sigh. Oh, shake. Interesting. Another shake. Because we had a shake, another word for shake earlier in the page at the beginning there, which was sun, sun way. And I guess this is a different type of shake, because this is kind of a side to side type shake. But anyway, yeah, it's not quite so clear why she's shaking her head. But bon moi, and I've also said I understood this, but actually now I'm not quite 100% sure. But so like mouth, bon, yeah, I'm very confused. There's two words. There's bon, this word, and bon. So I get confused between the two, but I think bon without the my is on, and bon with the my is complain. So if I take it to mean complain, that does make a bit more sense with the shaking of the head. So maybe she's like complaining, blah 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 blah. So I'd sort of take it to mean it was a seller outside of a shop, and maybe it's just a customer and she's complaining about something. That makes more sense now. Uh, Back on moi. If I just let me just put this here. Mouth complains. So maybe yeah. Okay. Tap mangon on lassi hot on lassi hot. Sickle จะป้ากันใหญ่แล้ว So he's just hearing a snippet of a conversation or whatever as he's walking past, which is this woman complaining about this. Tap mangon. Okay, mangon. So there is a word I remember from reading actually Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, it was the Hobbit graphic novel version of The Hobbit. Condensed, like not the full version. Well, of course, there's a dragon in The Hobbit. That's right, yeah. And this word meaning dragon, Mungon. But I'm not sure if it's Mung or Mongon. Mungon. But I do know from other parts in this book, they talk about dragons. Or at least that this word comes up a lot. And it seems to make sense in the context of dragons. So, yeah, probably she's complaining about dragons, I guess. Dup. I'm not sure what dup is. Dup Mungon. Ons. Ons. This is probably a proper noun, I'm guessing, especially with that garang part there. Ons lasit. So maybe it's a classifier for dragons. And maybe ons lasit hot. Seko. Now, Seko, I'm pretty sure is also a proper noun. I think it's the name of the money. Jebagan Yai Lao. Okay, so but I was the word I recognized here was like crazy, bah, and I thought it didn't make sense in context. But now that I think about the full meaning here, it does make sense. Bargain, chabargan. She's complaining about the price of dragons, or maybe it's dragon eggs or something. Wow, it's 60. I mean, it's 16 sickle. That's crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm taking from this. Let's have a check. Oh, liver. Ah, yeah, that does ring a bell now. I remember seeing this word for liver. Dup, dup Mongon. So Mongon, I was right about dragon. So dragon per ounce. Oh yeah, so this is actually ounce. Ounce. We don't use ounces in Australia, so I didn't even think that about that option. But if you're American, you might have. American or I guess British. I guess British must use ounces. Yeah. If you're from a country that uses ounces, maybe that would have been more obvious to you. But yeah, so liver of the dragon ounce, la. So it is classifier. I was right about that. It's some sort of classifier, but it's ounce. It's an English word. And it's, yeah, so it doesn't make it clear. From here it just says sigils, but I'm pretty sure sigils are, in fact, the name of the money, if I remember back from a previous page. And it's crazy. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I think I was pretty close on that one to most of the words. Just quickly check these words individually. So that's liver. That's what I thought. That's dragon. Is an ounce. And this is crazy. Yeah, liver.
ตับมังกรออนซ์บ้า
It doesn't help that it's spelled ons, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced ounce, right? Right. Anyway. Okay, that's that paragraph done. Okay, xiang, wrong. Hu, is it hu hu? Hu hu. Like hu hu. Dum dum. Bao bao. Dang mak. ดังมาดังมาจากร้านมืดมืดเสียงร้องคู่คู่ so I think it's talking about owls เอ่อเอ่อนกฮูกนกฮูก is an owl so I guess like an owl sound เสียงร้อง like the yeah call owl calls owl screeches or something but dum dum bow bow it's a bit confusing because okay, owl screeches, that suggests to me that it's loud. And then also the word dum here suggests loud. But then it also says bow bow and dum dum. Bow bow meaning like soft soft, and dum 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 meaning, does that mean like low? I think it means low, doesn't it? Low. So I guess maybe it's saying like, maybe this just means sound rather than loud. If we take this to mean sound rather than loud, you could say like, he heard like a muffled or a low, sound of owls screeching, coming from a dark shop. I don't know. That's my kind of guess, I reckon. Although soft hoot sound came from the dark shop. Okay, I was thinking sounds, thinks it's just one sound, but other than that, pretty much got it. Low and soft. So low. Is I right about that? Low? Yeah, I think that's right. Done. Low. Okay, that looks good. ที่มีป้ายแขวนไว้ว่าร้านนกฮูก I Lops I Lops. I think this is possibly the name of the shop. I think it's probably a proper noun. Possibly the name of the shop. It's possibly a type of owl or something. Although I'm thinking it's the name of the shop. Run, because it's also talking about a sign, right? There's a sign here hanging. Ranokhook Lops. Yeah, it's probably the name of the shop. มีฐานนกฮูกสีน้ำตาลแดง so bronze เออ no น้ำตาลแดง no brownie red or something นกฮูกอเมริกาเหนือ so North American now นกฮูกรองนา I'm not sure what that is because wrong is like a building. Nah, nah, what is nah? Oh, no, I think maybe I got it. Maybe it's bar now. Because nah is like far as a farm term. Like chow na is like, I think that's rice farming. I'm pretty sure they use the word na. So wrong na, the building, the farm building, barn. And I know that there is a type of owl called a barn owl, so that makes sense. So yeah, that's a pretty good guess, I reckon. Um, let's just grab that pipe piece and check it. Yeah. Sign that says Owl Shop ILOPS. That's Tawny Owls. It's not really totally clear that this is the name of the shop from this translation, but I think I'm gonna assume that it is. Okay, ทางนกฮูกสีน้ำตาลแดง Okay, apparently that's tawny owls. Tawny is kind of sort of color, I guess. North American owls and barn owls. Okay, so I was right on that one. Cool.นกฮูกสีน้ำตาล so brown owl. และนกฮูกหิมะ so that's a snow owl or yeah, white owl, snow owl. เด็กผู้ชายหลายคนอายุรุ่นราวคราวเดียวกับแฮร์รี่ยืนเอาจมูกแนบกระจกร้านขายไม้กวาด ดูสิแฮร์รี่ได้ยินเสียงคนหนึ่งพูดนิมบัตร2000รุ่นใหม่เร็วที่สุดเท่าที่เคยมีมาเลยละมีร้านขายเสื้อ Okay, this is like the next sentence is cut off, so we won't really. There's no words now I don't understand, but we won't go into that in too much detail. Um, so yeah, kind of brown owl, something, yeah, snow owl. And then this is a little bit confusing because they're talking about this owl shop and then they're quickly talking about another shop here. But it's kind of in the same paragraph. It's a little bit confusing, but anyway, they're saying, yeah, there's lots of boys, children, male children, with a so Rao Crow. I know like Rao Gup, Rao Gup is something like similar, I think, similar to. And I think Crow means time. It's like a time period or something. But I think in this context, it seems pretty clear to me that it's like Rao Crow Deal Gap Hari means that I run because run means like generation. So yeah, just saying there's a bunch of male kids around the same age as Harry. That makes sense to me. Yeah, let's just grab that. So boys are in Harry's age. Okay, makes sense to me. Yep.ยืนเอาจมูกแนบกระจกร้านขายไม้กวาด So ไม้กวาด is the broom. So obviously in the context of wizards. Yeah, they're talking about riding broomsticks, witches and wizards. Now, our jumbook, so obviously talking about pressing the noses against the shop window, like looking inside. So net, it's got to be something along the lines of pressing, yeah, pressing or smushing or close to the glass, making the nose up close to the glass. Net, yeah, it's gotta be that, I reckon. Let's have a look here. Whoops. Standing with my nose against the broom shop window. Or just against, might just mean against. Might not be pressed. Yeah, okay, it is pressed in this, so it could be pressed or it could be against perhaps, depending on the context. So I'll look here. Adjacent, adjoin, attach, cling, adjoining, so nozzle, yeah. So obviously, depends on the context a little bit, how you translate it, but yeah, I think I pretty much was right on that. ดูสิแฮร์รี่ได้ยินเสียงคนหนึ่งพูด Numbat. Now I put this in red because I didn't know it as a word, but pretty sure that this I'm pretty sure now that I remember that this from the movie because I have seen the movie and I'm pretty sure this is yeah a type of it's a brand of broomstick, flying broomstick, Nimbus Songpan Runmai. So Nimbus Songpan is like the Nimbus 2000. So I'm pretty sure it's yeah Nimbus 2000 and then Runmai like the new generation or the new version. And then he's saying it's เร็วที่สุดเท่าที่เคยมีมาเลย Now, I put ma here in orange because I know that ma means come, but in this context, initially I didn't understand it, but now that I read it again, it seems to make sense. So I think to me it seems like it's saying ที่เคยมีมาเลย like it's basicallyที่เคยมี like it's the fastest that they've ever had or that has ever existed. Uh, so I'm not quite sure if you don't have the word ma in here, is that still grammatically correct? Does it need to be there to make it grammatically correct? So that's kind of one option. Maybe it needs to be there. Or possibly it kind of emphasizes the point that, you know, there's never been in the past, there's never been, a broomstick that's as fast as this one. Anyway, let's grab this. Plug it in. Unims 2000, the fastest ever. Yeah, cool. So, and then, yeah, and this seems to be, translated there as kind of a proper noun. Okay, well, that's pretty much the end. I don't know how long this video took, and maybe it did feel a little bit shorter. But yeah, that was really fun exercise to go through. It was quite long. I don't know if it was if it's fun at all for anyone watching. Um, but hopefully, someone will watch this and they'll find it interesting. And yeah, I'm having gone through this exercise, it makes me feel very positive about the whole project of reading, starting to read this book, even though I'm not, based on what I said in my, other video, I'm getting around 85, 90% of the words known, which is lower than threshold recommended from the extensive reading foundation and extensive reading in general. It's kind of below the threshold, but based on this exercise, it does seem like I'm able to guess the unknown words in context pretty much all the time or most of the time, or certainly get a sense of what it is, and certainly hasn't really, the few words that I wasn't really able to get, they didn't really hinder my understanding of the story. So feeling very positive about this project of reading this book. And I do think I'm going to be gaining lots and lots of new vocabulary just from reading and seeing them in context, even if I don't go and look them up. Like because this is the only time really that I've looked up words with it in any volume. Usually I just read, try to guess the word from the context, and then I just move on. I don't actually check it. So this is kind of a one-off. Although I might do more pages like this future. Be good to do one every 100 pages or so, just kind of check in. But yeah, feeling very positive about this project, and yeah, I think I will be getting both enjoyment from the reading, but also I'll be gaining new vocabulary from constantly seeing them in context, guessing the meaning, probably getting them right most of the time based on what I've seen here, and then over time I'll just start to get, start to internalize and remember those words. It will be interesting to see how many of them will make it into my active vocabulary. And I don't know. There's definitely a question about how many of these words are actually going to be useful in spoken Thai, because probably a lot of them are more like that's a Kian, more like written language, and even like, because kind of literary language, so more language that's more specifically used in books, and also language that's more specifically used in books translated from English, because I know that there's, you know, different ways that you might put something that's translated from English versus if you'd written it in Thai in the beginning. So, kind of yet to be seen how useful it's going to be for gaining useful vocabulary, particularly for speaking. But I mean, the activity in itself is enjoyable to read. And one of the good things about it is, there's like whatever it is, like 7 or 8 or 6 books or something. There's a whole bunch of different books. We expect them to use different, similar vocabulary across the different books, same author, same topic, same series. So once I finish this one, I've got, 6 or 7 more books to go through and even more vocabulary and opportunity to learn from. So yeah, really excited about this new practice here. So yeah, thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.